Looking forward to the 2024 midterm elections and the Senate, frankly, disastrous picture for the Democrats. They only have a one-seat majority, 51 to 49 right now, and the Senate map of 2024 looks absolutely terrible for them as they have multiple vulnerable seats in Republican-leaning states that are up for re-election, and many Democrats are sounding the alarm bells already about possibility of losing the Senate. And one of these states and people in question is Senator John Tester in Montana, which is a red state, not hard red like West Virginia, but still always votes for Republicans for statewide elections. And the only exception is John Tester, who is a Democrat, and is announced today that he will be seeking his fourth term of for re-election in the Senate. There were questions whether he could retire or move on to something else, but to the delight of Democrats, he has announced that he will be running again. Montana, along with West Virginia and Ohio, are seen as three of the likely Republican pickups for the next election cycle, and Don Tester's reelection run is critical because of the huge advantage for incumbents in states. And John Tester is a unique Democrat because he's able to be moderate, who can bring in votes from centrists and Republicans and apolitical people focusing on populist style messaging, local issues, and being still voting overwhelmingly for along with the rest of the Democratic Party, but then putting out a strategic messaging campaign that distances himself from Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and uh, other powerful Democrats that are usually targeted by Republicans as evil people. So this is a huge delight for the Democratic Party, and it's still not guaranteed by any means that the seat will be held, and it's in such an overwhelmingly red state, and in a place where partisan extremism and division is at an all-time high in the United States. It's totally possible, and maybe even likely. We haven't seen any polls yet, but maybe even likely that John Tester will lose the seat. But he is the by far the most likely Democrat that be able to hold the seat for Montana. So who he will run against is also pretty important. Right now, Montana has two people in the House. Ryan think Matt Rosendale. Matt Rosendale lost to John Tester in 2018 by 3.5 points. Ryan Fink is in the Trump administration and is newly elected to Congress, so there's a potential to be a fierce primary battle between those two to see who will be the individual that is trying to unseat John Tester. Just overall, looking at the Senate map for 2024, which seats are up, as this map points out, Democrats will be defending more than twice the number of Senate seats than Republicans will be. So we got Montana here, we got West Virginia with Joe Manchin, who might run for re-election, might not. Said today that he wouldn't run for president, which was a concern that a few had, but was always unlikely. And then Ohio with Sherrod Brown, and we covered about a month ago the first Republicans announcing their challenges to Sherrod Brown. So these three states, if all three of those states flip, it would put Republicans back in the majority, and most of the seats all the seats that Republicans control right now are in hard red states. You got Utah, Texas, Nebraska, Missouri, Mississippi, among a few others. So Democrats are going to be a lot of trouble for defending their Senate majority in 2024. But John Tester announcing his run for re-election is certainly a big helper for them.